So hey guys, I'm with Dan Silva and we are at Mescal, and Mescal is a movie studio, right, so far? There's a movie studio in Cochise County, and Tombstone was filmed here, and what else was filmed here?
Well,
Or was it mostly Tombstone?
no, this was built here long before that. Did you see the original Monty Walsh with Lee Marvin?
No, but I'm going to.
No, but you're going to?
Yeah.
This was originally known as Harmony
As Harmony.
because of the movie Monty Walsh. In fact, that building over there that later became the Oriental started out as the Harmony Saloon.
Gotcha.
You see Lee Marvin in there back in 1970. And so
Awesome.
there was Harmony. The hotel right there, there's a really great scene in the movie Tom Horn with Steve McQueen where he gets in the shootout with the guy out here in the street.
Right.
And he goes over the hotel, grabs his rifle, and blasts the fella right here in the street.
Let's talk right here, because you said something, and I'm going to say, because I think everybody wants to know about Tombstone.
Yeah, you talked about the movie Tombstone. There's a great scene in the movie Tombstone where Sam Elliott, the mayor, came in there and was trying to get with the boys to sign on as lawmen. Sam Elliott gets a little upset about it, walks out to the Billiards, which is this white building here next to the Oriental. He walks out of there, he's walking along
the sidewalk. The cowboys are coming at him.
Cowboys are riding by, shooting their guns off, creating havoc, and Sam Elliott jumps out in the street here and grabs a young boy and turns him over to mom right here on the edge of the
Now she was the lady with the scar on her face.
Yeah.
And that was the mom, grabs him, and then the cowboys, and he's got that deep look like he has to do something. Like, I can't keep this.
But you can clearly see the assay office sign in that shot.
Awesome.
So that's.
Were you ready to go for a walk?
Yeah.
Let's go for a walk. Yeah. We'll grab as much as we can.
So, like I said, this was built as Harmony. This was built as the Harmony Saloon.
Okay.
Well, for the movie Tombstone, they actually contracted to rebuild the building.
Oh wow.
So they changed it quite a bit. But this becomes the billiard hall on this end, and the Oriental on the other end.
Not the Campbell and Hatch's billiard hall, right?
This was the Campbell and
That
Hatch.
was Campbell and Hatch billiards.
But when Cosmatos took over filming Tombstone, they actually integrated it. There's several shots where you could see they're going from one side to the other. So the bar actually was a wraparound in there, and you can walk on either end of the bar.
That was the bar on the other side?
Yeah. No.
That was in a soundstage, huh?
The bar's gone now.
Oh, it's long gone?
No, the bar was in here, but
it was.
Yeah. This was set up inside and outside, but this was the billiards on this side and the Oriental on the other. But there's shots like when Ike and Doc get into it over the card game,
right?
And he offers to have him a spelling bee,
right?
Yeah, that was filmed in here. And when
oh wow,
when Doc collapses. They actually
let's go up to it.
They actually come out the door of the Oriental and trip when they're taking him out. But then Virgil comes back in. This is where they knock out Doc and throw him, or not Doc, excuse me, Ike, and throw him in the jail.
Right here in this corner section.
But to film that, they had to step back and move the cameras into the billiards area and film it into the Oriental.
Gotcha.
So it was pretty important that they went back and forth.
So again, we're at Mescal, here at Mescal, Arizona, and we'll put some information up about how you can find Mescal and come here to take a tour. And that'll be important for you guys to come and see it. So this was the door that Ike and them would have came out of, correct?
Yeah, this was the main door to the Oriental.
Okay.
Okay. So JC came down, they did some work on it last week, so it's still closed up right now, probably still setting glue and stuff on it. Over here on this side of the road, this would have been the Crystal Palace.
Which is why it's two-story.
Yeah. But if you go back here where Santee's walking around over there. Hi, Santee. Yeah, you're in our shot. Get out.
Yeah, it's too late. You're a part of the camera group now. Yeah. Right. No editing.
If you go down here, this was the walkway that they took for the big walk down. This is where the Earps come down with Doc Holliday. They walked around the photo shop down there, and that would be the OK Corral, the Adobe stuff down there.
So that was the OK Corral where that Adobe area is right there.
Now, that's Tombstone. If you want to jump to another movie, this building right here was the marshal's office for Tom Horn.
Gotcha.
The funny thing is, the sheriff's office is way down there, and in the movie Tom Horn, Tom escapes by taking this deputy, and they sneak around the corner. And the next thing you see is Tom running out in the field out here. But he runs right past the marshal's office. So to do the shot, they actually brought it back down here.
Wow.
So that's movie magic.
Movie magic.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Now you run a YouTube channel, correct?
I do.
And we're gonna come over here real quick. And where would we find your content on YouTube?
In the trashy part of
No, you
YouTube,
wouldn't find it there.
really the
Where
bad
would we
part,
find your pages?
Arizona Ghost Riders.
Arizona Ghost Riders, and you're on
YouTube /
YouTube only?
Yes.
Okay, so Arizona Ghost Riders. Now he's going to have similar content, so you want to check him out. Go find his pages, give us a subscription, make sure that he's making lots of money,
Wow,
and then
thanks.
what's that?
I said thanks.
Yeah, that's what we
Very
do.
nice of you.
Yeah, we promote, constantly cross promote.
Yeah.
It doesn't
In fact,
matter.
This fella's in a lot of the videos as well.
Is he?
I
Well,
try to keep him out, but he finds a way in.
no, we're gonna whore the hell out of him. So what else do we got behind
We
you?
talked about Crystal Palace. You
Yep.
want to move on down the street, or you
Okay.
want to go down to the OK Corral?
No, we'll just continue on.
Okay, so I talked a little bit about the Grand Hotel. Grand Hotel gets seen in pretty much everything. Tom Horn, it's basically the cattleman's for Tom Horn. This is where the wagon stops in Tombstone, and they get off there, and Behan comes out and offers them some cabins. And,
That's right here in this spot.
Right.
Was it in the long shot when Dana Delaney got out of the stagecoach
Yes,
as well?
yes.
That was in this spot right here?
Yes, the stage stopped right here. That was Red Wolverton's stage, and he stopped right here. Red was actually driving in that scene, matter of fact. They get off the stage right here. They're looking back here, and this is where they had the whole confrontation with Doc. And there's actually another building that used to be over here, but this is where Doc was standing there and stopped the confrontation between Wyatt and Johnny Tyler.
Oh, where he says drop the gun. So Bailey Bob
Yeah.
Thornton would have been right in
Yeah,
here.
he came out in between the buildings.
Right in between right here, and then it would have been, there was another building right here, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, but the Grand Hotel has been in a lot of things. Apparently, during filming of Lightning Jack, which is a Paul Hogan movie, they actually had the upper floor kind of collapse a little bit because they had so much equipment up there.
Wow.
But upstairs is also where you see Buck Taylor's character. Who was he? Not Texas Jack. He was the other one. Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek and Doc Holliday go in there and kick the door open.
Right.
And the cowboy's laying there with the two gals, and they blast the cowboy in
Right.
the head. That was actually upstairs. They
Oh,
filmed
like
that
in the
upstairs.
opium part, or were there?
No,
Oh, in the Vendetta part.
and during the Vendetta.
Oh, the Vendetta
Yeah.
part. And that's right. They went upstairs
Yeah, the opium den was actually where that ladder is.
because it was a small set.
just
It
a
was real
tent.
small. Yeah, it was
just
small.
a tent was all it was.
So what else do we have?
So yeah, we got this over here. This building over here has changed several times during the years. Some people might know it because of the movie Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean.
Oh,
This was the Jersey Lily.
that had was it Paul Newman or
That was Paul Newman.
Paul Newman as Judge Roy
The
Bean?
funny thing is, as much as a lot of people don't even know about that movie, Paul Newman considers it one of the best movies he made. And it's actually one of my favorites. But that was the Jersey
I
Lily.
saw it in the theater when
The
my mom
funny
and dad
thing
took me.
is, this is the Jersey Lily at the end of the movie. They're going to burn it out right here.
Mm-hmm.
So they were doing all the filming here. Well, the next movie to come along was Outlaw Josie Wales.
Gotcha.
And so, Josie Wales shoots those 4 soldiers up on the porch. Unfortunately, I'm having a brain cramp here as to which porch it was, but it was right in here.
Okay.
Anyway, he shot those 4 soldiers on the porch and rides off. Well, remember they had the Navajo girl that was with them. She gets the pack animals and takes them in the middle of the street. The soldiers get caught up with her. One of the soldiers knocks her off of her horse with a rifle and rides on. Well, as they start to ride on, as they're panning that shot, you see a sign that was left here from the Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean. There's a Bean gas sign on one of the buildings still.
Right.
And it's in the movie Outlaw Josie Wales.
Well, let's continue on.
So, now the Territorial Bank here, that becomes Behan's office in the movie Tombstone. It's also, I believe that's also the building that Tom Horn comes out of when the rustlers start shooting at him with this revolver. Tom crosses the road, gets his Winchester, and dumps the rustler. So, the building next to it was the Can restaurant. They put in a new skylight, as you can see.
It's huge, beautiful skylight.
Yeah, it's a huge skylight now. But this was the Can. This is where Curly Bill and Johnny Ringo were sitting in the wicker chairs
Oh,
when they brought the wagon up and says, "I want you to know it's over." And he's like, "Well, bye."
bye.
Yeah.
That was right here.
That was actually right here, but unfortunately you can see the building's in pretty bad shape now.
Yeah, but the skylight's fantastic.
Yeah, the skylight's awesome.
But it still has historical significance
Right.
because it was a part in the movie. And
now there were other buildings over here for the movie Tombstone. There was a 2-story over here, and this Cowboy Cafe actually had a 2-story to it at that time too.
Wow.
We're going to get the kickoff meeting. I know you guys are busy taping, but just so you know that we're going to be down there.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and
They know us.
we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to grab this building here,
Real quick,
last
I
one.
want to show you this real quick.
Okay, and then we're going to head off. If you guys again you want, it's called Mescal. It's a movie set. It's between between Tucson and Benson off of Interstate 10. You can find it at the Mescal exit. I'll have some information, including the website of how to find it, how to get here, make reservations, and come see it. And you want to come see it because it is awesome.
Yeah.
So
a lot
what
of
is this
stuff
last
done.
building?
This last building here, I wanted to show this. This was the sheriff office for the movie Tom Horn, and that's the jail. And Tom Horn's cell is still upstairs. Unfortunately, you can't access it
Right.
without a ladder now, but Tom Horn's cell is still up there. The bunk he was in is still up there. This is where he looked out across those mountains that he wanted to get back into so bad. They ended up building a scaffolding just to walk him across into this building, and they hung him in this building here.
This one right here.
Yes.
Poor Tom.
Yes. But when they come along and did Quick and the Dead, they opened up the other end of the building, built a different sheriff's office down there. And if you go down there later, you can check out and see how that sheriff's office is. And there's still a little fence area around there.
Right.
And that's where they hung Lieutenant Dan. What is Dan's name? Anyway, they hung him out there when he was playing the marshal at the beginning of the Quick and the Dead. So
Not Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump.
yeah, it was Lieutenant Dan from
It was?
Forrest Gump. What is his name?
Oh, Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise. Sorry, Gary.
Okay.
You're such a great man, the way you do things for the veterans and all. I'm sorry I forgot your name.
So this is the town of Mescal, and you can see right beautiful streets. Look at those views into Cochise County. I think there's a is that the Chiricahuas or the Dragoons?
I believe that's the Chiricahuas.
The Chiricahuas out there in the distance, and then some beautiful, beautiful scenery, and a ton of history. So come to Mescal, take the tour, spend the day. I think you'll be glad you did. And thanks to Dan Silva, he was our tour guide for the day and a ton of information. And I'm not going to put anything about contacting Dan because he doesn't want you contacting him. But come to Mescal. I think you'll love it.